audios off of these, put them on my podcast channel. But obviously, if you're watching it right now, you're seeing it on video. And if you're listening to it on the podcast, I always recommend that you go to my YouTube channel, which is just, you can go to youtube.com/Mike Healy, and you can pop right on there and see it. And as well as on my Facebook page, I should be broadcasting both of these. So let me just double check. I got to pull my phone up here. And there I am. Excellent, excellent. Also, real quick, if you don't mind, I would love it if you made some comments below. Like, give me some a little bit of a city, state you're watching from, country if you're out of the country, and so on. And I didn't give anybody any notice on this one as usual, but what I'm trying to do is get more of a ramp this up, and then I'm going to start really scheduling these things out so that I can get these to more people. But first and foremost, thank you so much for taking time. If you give me just a couple minutes, I've got some really cool tips for you. And I've got some places that you can go look at to get what I'm about to explain to you. I'm going to show you my screen here in a second. So we're going to go live there. If you're watching this on YouTube, feel free to also put comments below. And another thing is, if you ever have any questions, don't hesitate to put questions down here, because I love to get questions to coach people on these things. That's one of the things that I do. I coach people up in how to build their businesses, whatever it is. So thank you. So I see Dennis on here. Thank you. I appreciate it. I see some other people. Joseph. Hey, Joseph, what's up? Awesome. Excellent. And if you got people that you want to see these, make sure that you tag them in this post and so on. Okay. So today's topic, what I wanted to talk to you guys about is marketing tips for networkers. So here's one of the things that I have seen over the years that I've been doing networking successfully for so many years, like 20 some years, is that most people can work hard. A lot of people, they get excited about the opportunity, they jump in, but they have no idea how to be real marketers. Okay. Marketing, kind of the actual, definition of marketing, or marketing itself, should be superfluous. I learned that from a word. It's called superfluous, which means that it should be non-confrontational. It should be easy. It should flow. Okay. What marketing really is kind of conversations that go on for people on different platforms, through chats, through Facebooks, through YouTubes, through videos, and so on, that are directed towards people's problems. Okay. So ultimately what you're doing is, you're always going to want to, if you want to know how to kind of get people's attention, don't tell people what you have. Okay. Never tell people what you have. Always think of your target market, somebody you would want in your business or for your product or your service, and ask yourself, what problem does your product, service, opportunity solve that you can talk about addressing a person's problem? All right. Because people are looking for transformation first and foremost. That's what they're looking for. Most people are Luke Skywalker. We all want to be Jedis. Most people are Luke Skywalker. We all want to be Jedis. And how that works is, you shouldn't be just pitching. Okay. You should always identify what your target person, prospect wants first and foremost. Like, as an example, when I first started recruiting on a pretty massive scale, what I did have to learn to do is, I had to listen first and foremost, so that I knew what the issues were that my prospect had. Okay. A lot of times people are just telling. You got to ask questions. What is it? Telling ain't selling. Telling ain't selling. Asking is. I knew there's a little hillbilly phrase there. Telling ain't selling. Asking is. And the purpose of that is, you have to identify if what you have, as quickly as possible, product, service, opportunity, fits for that person at that time, for that person in their life. Okay. Because a lot of times, we don't do that. We typically just try to jump on somebody. Okay. And if you do it that way, I will tell you that you'll have much better success rate, much better closing ratio, due to the fact that you will build better rapport with people, because people join people that they know, like, and trust, that have listened to them. Okay. Many times in my marketing and talk and doing things, the one thing that changed my career path really was when I began to listen more and talk less. right? I listen more and talk less. Now, if I'm doing videos or you're recording a Facebook Live or something like this, I'm only doing those videos or those Facebook Lives because I have already listened to what I've heard, okay, from other people. So let's say, as an example, you have talked to 4, 5, 10 people and nobody said yes to you. Okay. There might be a little issue here. What you should ask yourself is a few things. Am I talking too much? Am I telling somebody too much and kind of blowing them out of the water? Or if they've come up with objections, and I would take those notes and come back and say, how can I introduce people to answer those problems? Like, how can I do a video now that answers that problem, that answers that for those people, okay, overcomes those objections? And that's typically one of the things that I started to do that worked, okay? And so basically it's called letting the prospect dictate the presentation. Let the prospect dictate the presentation, okay? So that was just kind of a quick, little short intro. If you didn't catch this or you're watching it live, go back after this is recorded and check it out, okay? So now the topic, I said marketing tips for networkers, okay? Most of what I'm going to show you are going to be tools that you can use to amplify your message much easier, much more quickly, and be much more professional, okay? So what I'm going to do is we're going to go solo off. We're going to go side screen, and I am going to shrink myself, and then I'm going to take you to a page, okay? I am going to invite you for free, if you're not already a part of this, into my Facebook group called the First Class Marketing Group. You can just look it up, or you can type in facebook.com/groups/First Class Marketing. Now, I created this specifically to create a community of people that it's primarily geared towards, networkers, because the reason I do a tremendous amount of marketing outside of network marketing, but this is kind of, one of my first loves, my niches, where I got my business career started and so on. Now, what I'm going to show you is inside the First Class Marketing Group, there's a tab here. You can obviously go in. You want to watch the welcome video. I will approve you once you send the invite, right? Or you ask to join. In here is what we call units. Now, the cool part is most people do not know how to properly market themselves on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and so on. Specifically Facebook, okay? Facebook is a great platform to market yourself on. So right here, I have an entire unit section. So it's basically little training things that will walk you through very, very simply on how to set these things up. So right here, if you watch this first, how to properly set up your profile page, okay? Because that's real important. A lot of people have just terrible profiles and they scare people off, okay? Second one is how to post on, how and what to post on Facebook. This one right here, watch this one, how to do an effective Facebook Live. I'm giving you an example right now, okay? How to host watch parties, legally steal your competition's content. This one is such a ninja we call it a ninja hack, that it's pretty amazing. You'll be able to figure out what your competition or people that are crushing it are posting, okay? So I got that. Now, down here, YouTube. I got a little section on YouTube marketing, how to set your channel up, how to upload and optimize for SEO. Then I've got advanced marketing tips, how to grow. This was actually a training I did. Advanced lead gen webinar. You definitely want to watch this one if you're interested in learning how to market online. And then this one is kind of where I put the thing, I called it the toolbox. Okay, let me blow this up for you can see it good. The toolbox is where I do short training videos in here on different tools that I use. Like this one right here is how to do Facebook live streaming, software. Okay, and most of these things I show you in here is free. Done for you marketing funnels. If you've ever wanted funnels, a lot of people ask for funnels and so on. I have, I think, about 8 funnels in here that you can get for free. You just come in here, you click on that, it'll take you to my blog page, and you can download them instantly for free. Okay, that's what's really cool. How to set up a podcast. Perfect. free video conference platform, audio text to transcripts. Okay, I do transcription from audios. I make books on that. How to convert articles into PDFs. All of these things. I won't go through all of these. How to use Google alerts, Facebook downloads, customers, and most of these videos, like I said, social image maker, free screen record software, how to download Twitter videos. Most of these things are very, very short. Okay. The purpose of these is you know your message. If you're talking to your target market, you already do marketing, right? You already have an idea of what you're talking about. These are just things that I'm giving you information on that will take you to the next level of amplifying your message to more people quicker. Okay. Then the unit 5 down here is this. It's called the MLM training series. And I'm actually going to show you that. You can, if you want to go directly to the MLM training series, you can go to growyourcheck.com. And I've had this up for a while. I've had like 5,000 people like it, that they've, viewed this and so on. But I did some videos here from a live training that I did. Now, first off, I have a video at the very top that I just added to this course. This is free too. This is free. You can check this out on how to recruit. Okay. Now this is the recruiting training I did that anybody could do. And I have personally enrolled in my 20 some years of business over 2,000 personals. That is not an exaggeration. That is not a downline. I personally enrolled over 2,000. In my current company to date, in just a year and a half, I've personally enrolled 325 personals. In my last company, in 90 days, I enrolled 119 personals. In the company before that, I believe I enrolled 106 personals. In a company before that, I enrolled 330 in a 4-year span. So understand, I know how to recruit, but most importantly, I know how to not only get people in, but get them started onto the path to success. Okay. So what I did is I created this video course because I was hired by a company. It was actually an insurance company that hired me to do a training because they wanted to grow their network. And they knew that I had built big organizations. I knew how to recruit and so on. So you can actually go here and watch these videos. They're kind of laid back. So if you go to growyourcheck.com, maybe watch one at a time. They're usually between, I think, 5 minutes, and one might be 20 minutes, and you so on. And the thing is I have, you can see what they're, titled: Power of Being Leveraged, Critical Laws of Networking, How to Implement Systems that Sell for You, Duplication Secret. This one's awesome. I mean, it's one of my favorite ones. How to Be a Person of Persuasion. Most people just don't know how to market or communicate properly. I teach you in that. Procurement and processing, it's kind of a lead generation. And then I've got some other stuff down here at the bottom. I also threw in here my training on my ATM launch strategy, how I use Facebook groups to market and build my business. And down here, you can obviously, I offered the invite to my Facebook marketing group, as well as you can get my download book and down here. Okay. And then you can always go, if you want more information, different things, you can always go to my blog page, my blog site, my website, MikeHealyTraining.com. All right. So what I want to do is I want to go back to going solo on you real quick, and just talk to you just kind of briefly, because I didn't want to take too long in this one. This is just kind of a commercial, to be honest. Is the marketing tips that I lay out for people are things that I have used over the years, okay, that I've successfully used to amplify my messages, to speed up my process. Because with today's day and age, you have the ability to use technology and new strategies that most people, that we could have only dreamt of. I mean, it was just been amazing to have this stuff back years and years ago. I mean, in 1997, when I first joined networking, we had a paper flip chart. And if you wanted to see a presentation, you had to get in your car, go to a hotel or a home meeting and watch it happen. Okay. And you hope the presenter knew what he was doing, and so on. And if you sat in the back of the room, you couldn't read what was on the 3-foot flip chart anyhow. Luckily, they came out with those slide projectors. You remember the big slide projectors that had the round thing, and you would click the button and it would go cha-ching, cha-ching, like that. And then we had overhead projectors where we could use just, you would flip the presentation over on overhead. That's how long I've been doing this kind of thing. Okay. But what I realized is, as like technology advanced, I had to increase my skills in marketing and I had to adapt or die. Really what it came down to, I had to adapt or die in getting getting this marketing stuff down to where I automate a lot of stuff. Because here's the thing, is the cool part is it's one thing to create a home business. It's another thing to have freedom from it or with it. Okay. Yeah. The income is there. You can get the income and that creates freedom. But a lot of people, because they haven't used tools, systems, or kind of position themselves as an authority using these, video, Facebook Lives, things like that, what's happened is they've actually kind of worked themselves into a corner to where if they're not doing things live on a regular basis in front of meetings or hotels, then the business doesn't grow. I didn't miss a beat with COVID happening. Okay. Not to give any credit to that stupid thing, but because I have been doing this for so long, nothing changed for me. I didn't have to adapt. I've already been doing Zoom presentations. I've already been doing Facebook Lives. I already do YouTube Lives, things like that. And a lot of people had to learn that, were forced to learn where the market has shifted to. And traditional businesses are doing the same thing. Their marketing that they used to spend millions and millions of dollars on it, and probably, a lot of their complexes and places that they have people come in and work are going to be obsolete. They're not going to have to use those anymore. They're not going to necessarily need them due to the fact that they figured out how they can automate things and speed up the processes and get the same stuff done. So all that being said, if you got any questions, feel free to drop a comment down here. If you got a tech question on anything, like I said, I was just kind of throwing on here, just popped into my head that I hadn't mentioned some of this stuff to people, a lot of people that are new to my channel. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Also click on the notifications icon. That way you get an email from YouTube every time I post something, things like that. So it's really, really cool. That you can have that. Also, if you're on my Facebook page, my Mike Healy Facebook page, like that, and so on, and feel free to share these videos if you want, and so on, because it's, it's kind of cool to get these messages out, and so on. And most of the stuff that I'm going to do on these types of things, a lot of it's going to be generic, so that, if you got people in different businesses, different companies, they can get some of this great information as well. So anyhow, all that looks like I'm trying to keep this one fairly short. I'm going to have a more structured one probably coming up. I'll probably notify everybody. I'll get some notifications out there. If you end up getting my book, like if you download my book, if you go to MikeHealyTraining.com, click on my How to Recruit book, Network Marketing Made Easy is the name of the book. You'll be on my email list. And if I do like Facebook Lives to where I'm going to, really make sure that it's a big one, I will, send an email out on that. So you want to make sure you're on my email list, things like that, and so on. So anyhow, all that being said, if you haven't checked this out, watch this on the replay, and you can, if you want to start over, watch this. But thank you very much for jumping on here. Appreciate you guys being on here. And don't forget, if you'll do today what others won't, you can live tomorrow like others can. I'm Mike Healy. I am out. Peace. And I'll see you on the other videos. Thanks.